Snowfall. Starting to get to a point where I have to ask myself, can this show do better? Can this show reach its full potential? Tonight's episode involved some ups, some downs, some ins, some outs, some left out storytelling, some in your face drama. However, the show operates on these peaks and valleys in instances in which they do things very well, in instances in which things are underwhelming. Tonight's episode was a microcosm of the storytelling elements of Snowfall. For those who do not know, I am the Black Guru. What I offer is sage wisdom. This is the Snowfall Season 2, Episode 8, Reaction and Review. Right into this. We start off tonight's episode with Lucia following up the kill that she had of Pedro. And she's calling Oso and she's saying, Oso, basically I fucked up. Or she didn't say she fucked up, but she knew she was in a little bit of turmoil over the decision that she made. Oso's chilling back at the spot, but he's like, hey, Soledad then called the police. The police run in and arrest Oso. So I'm like, shit. At this point, I'm like, shit. Shit. So now, there's going to be a theme throughout this review. The theme of this review is essentially going to be, what the fuck? That's essentially the theme on tonight's review. Essentially going to be WTF. So we get into Teddy's storyline. Teddy flies back to DC because he wants to talk to the CIA guy. He needs to get the DEA off his ass. He wants to make some power moves using his CIA privileges. And he gets back there and we find out that his former CIA director has been let go. Mysteriously let go. Now, when I'm talking about Teddy in tonight's review, I want y'all to notice how much of Teddy's fucking storyline takes place off camera. Okay, this is unacceptable at this point. I'm sorry. So much of Teddy's storyline takes place off camera that is freaking unacceptable. It really is. So much of storyline that involves Teddy is happening outside of the view of the viewing audience. For example, Teddy's director being let go from his job is a major, major, major plot point. That's huge. That the man who was responsible for keeping Teddy covered as he's dealing in the dope game is no longer able to help him out. This should have been on camera. I'm just saying. This should have been on camera. So we move into the storyline. We move forward in tonight's episode, and we have Franklin who bought his couple of houses for his homeboys. And the young homie happy about the shit, but Kevin ain't so happy about it. Kevin kind of he was a little bit, and he had a little bit of intrepidation about this house. And he let Franklin know because he knows now that Franklin has been lying to him about what happened to his cousins. They have a great conversation about this later in the episode, but he knows now that he's been lying about that. So he's not really feeling Franklin right now. So he's not really happy about the spot. Now here we get into, dare I say, my former favorite character. Dare I say my former favorite character. And we'll talk more about this later. Y'all know how much I love Lucia. I still love Lucia. But the snitching on tonight was too much for me. That is my girl, Lucia. but the snitching is too much. I can't with the snitching on tonight. We had entirely too much snitching. Snowfall. I'm sorry, you guys. I just got to go. I gotta go right off because I gotta be honest. Snowfall's got to do better than this. Snowfall's got to do better. They got to do better. Their characters are too good. They got a good cast. They got a good premise. They got to do better than what they gave us on tonight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tonight was it was a decent episode, but the plot points on tonight. I'm sorry. Snitching. The plot points on tonight revolved heavily around snitching. People who are knee deep in the dope game. People who are selling keys of dope. 10, 20, 30 keys at a time. We got lifelong dope dealers in Lucia's family. And everybody's to get out of the situations that they've created, everybody's deciding to snitch. Lucia's snitching, Oso's on board for snitching, Teddy's ready to snitch on the CIA. That's how they're going to get out of these complex situations. We basically had Snitch Ex Machina on tonight. Tonight's episode should have been entitled Snitch Ex Machina. Because that's how they were getting out of all their fucking storylines was just, oh, I'm going to tell. I'm ready to tell. Who I'm going to tell on. Tonight's episode should have been entitled Snowfall Snitch Ex Machina. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's absolutely ridiculous. So we see the Lucia gives over the recipe for cooking dope. Now talk about keeping stuff off screen. Talk about keeping things off screen. Breaking Bad, it was death before snitch, and that's kind of the street code. And we had a situation in which Pedro said something very profound last week. Said, "You're worse than a rat." He told Lucia, "You're worse than a rat," and that bared witness on tonight. So Pedro did give us context of Lucia's character, saying that she's even worse than a rat. He did say that before he died, which was a very, very potent statement to make. So, and I was going to say really quickly, y'all want to talk about keeping stuff off screen? Lucia teaching everybody how to cook dope in this scene right here. We could have not really seen that. Nothing very unique happened in this scene. We didn't really have to spend time at the restaurant. Why would we spend time at the restaurant showing her how to cook the crack when we got a whole backstory about Teddy and his wife that we know nothing about? But I'm just saying. You know what, tonight? I'm going in tonight. No more I ain't sparing no more punches. I'm not sparing punches tonight. I'm sorry. I'm sparing no punches. If you like this episode, great. Okay, so don't be emailing me. Don't be all in the comment sections and shit. Oh, Black Guru, it was good though. Oh, you just don't get it. I don't give a bullshit. Tonight was Snitch Ex Machina. Tonight's episode was peaks and valleys. There was things that I liked, but there was some things that really, really, really stood out to me. So this was good. I like this was one of the good things that I liked. Freddie and his mom. So we've been kind of anticipating the Freddie and his mom conversation. So Freddie, I said keep calling him Freddie. A mix between Franklin and Teddy. I keep calling him Freddie. Franklin, Freddie. Franklin talks to his mom. And honestly, you guys, I was on Franklin's side here. Even though he said some cruel things to his mom to make her cry, which was unfortunate. You know, I hate to see that he was so cold that he said some cruel things to make his mom cry. His perspective was actually correct. Okay, I paid off the house. We're about to lose the house. You're so prideful about what's right and what's wrong. But working for that man for all of those years and him just to fire you, that was wrong too. So quit with the moral authority shit. It ain't all crystal clear. Everything's not black and white. Okay? So don't really, miss me with the preaching shit. Miss me with the right and wrong shit right now. You got a free roof over your head. Relax. So I kind of understood Franklin. He was still very cold. He didn't have to necessarily speak to her that way, but for her to decide not to accept it, that was too much. And I kind of understood Franklin for kind of telling her what's real. I hate that he had to be so cruel in doing so. But I was more on Franklin's side during. Now we get into this weird shit here with Franklin's wife that we haven't seen since what, season 1? Franklin, excuse me on the names on tonight, you guys. I'm crashing these names tonight. Teddy's wife. We get Teddy's wife, and we haven't seen her since season 1. And when we seen her in season 1, they were not married. So they got married and divorced off screen. They get married, and I'm going to say that again. They get married and divorced off screen. But yet I'm supposed to care about this character. Yet I'm supposed to give a damn about Teddy's wife and his relationship to his wife. Not only that, Teddy says, "Oh, I hate how things ended. I don't like." How the fuck did they end, Teddy? What do you mean? I hate how things ended. How did it end? What happened? For one, when did you get married? For two, when did you fucking get divorced? You guys tell me, is there something I'm missing? For those who do not know, I am the Black Guru. What I offer is sage wisdom. Follow the Black Guru if you don't already. Keep those hearts flying. Y'all tell me if it's something I'm missing. Y'all inform me about this. Tell me about this relationship. And tell me why I should give a damn about Teddy's wife. And we haven't seen her ass in season 1. They got married and divorced off screen. And his wife's like, "Oh, I'm not doing this right now." She's got this little half-ass attitude. "I can't talk to you right now, Teddy." And he's like, "Oh, meet me at the bar. Meet me at this restaurant." Why? What's in it for her? Is she not nothing more than a plot device? Is she not? Y'all no, tell me, talk to me. Y'all want to keep criticizing the black? Talk to me. Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Is she nothing more than a plot device? What's in it for her to talk to Teddy about anything? They've obviously gotten a divorce. It ended wrong. There's no reason for her to try to help Teddy with anything. Why does she need to meet him? For what? What's in it for her character? I don't think anyone. People, I'm saying, Brad. People are. I don't know. Let's just move on. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is ridiculous. Now, this is my favorite part of tonight. Like I said, tonight's theme is WTF. This was a WTF in a positive. This was a WTF in a positive way. I love the reconciliation, Unc and Auntie. I almost got a little bit emotional. I almost called my ex. These scenes almost had me on the phone with my ex, Aunt Louie, right? I was almost on the phone with my ex. This was so sentimental. I almost got on the phone myself. And how he kind of showed that, he was in the wrong, and he kind of matured, he kind of understands now, he wasn't really necessarily respecting her properly, and he reconciled with her. And this was my favorite. This is my favorite plot point of tonight's episode. It was very lovely. I got, I got like a 0.5% emotional, and I almost text my ex, what you doing, text. I almost texted my ex, what you doing, because I wanted a sentimental moment with my ex because of tonight's episode. So we get Lucia turning herself in. She's all, I want to see Oso. So she turns herself in, and we get this plot point here in which was Leon. Yeah, I was gonna go with the hey big head. I was about 2 seconds away from texting a hey big head. We get this situation here where Leon's girl is on dope. She's stealing crack out the crack house, and they're blowing on dope. So she's completely crackhead down. The only significance that this scene had was, not saying the only significance, but the major significance was that Franklin was in front of what he's actually doing to people. First time Franklin can truly see what the drugs that he's making is causing people. So he was finally confronted with what the crack is turning people into. He hadn't been confronted with that reality yet, but now he sees. And she reminded me a lot of a damn zombie from The Walking Dead. She acted that role great. She did a 5-star job acting like a crackhead. Absolutely loved it. And when my sister, she says, can you hear your auntie the pipe? And kind of pan in and zoom in on the pipe a little bit. And this is what I mean by conveying a message. I talked about this over my last few in regards to conveying a message. And you can see the way that this scene was set up, the way that it was shot, the angle in which they shot her being the two ladies on the couch, and they shot the pipe in the foreground. And then they go to Franklin. It shows Franklin is actually dealing with, for the first time, what crack is turning people into. I absolutely, one of the best scenes. So now we're back here again. His ex-wife agrees to meet him. This is the worst writing I've ever seen. This is Walking Dead levels of bad. I'm letting you guys know. Tonight's Teddy scenes were Walking Dead levels of bad. I'm sorry. This was zombie apocalypse level, Walking Dead season 6, season 7 levels of fucking bad. Why is she, again, I ask you guys, why is she even meeting Teddy? What happened off screen? There's so much story. Their entire divorce is off screen. Their marriage is off screen. And she's there to give exposition as why James was fired. She's like, oh, I don't know, something about he failed a lie detector test and some other shit. So now we know why James is fired. Okay. So you're just there to give exposition about why his boss is fired, but not really any exposition about how you two got married and divorced. And then Teddy threatens to snitch. And then he threatens to snitch. So this is what I mean by snitch ex machina. I've never seen anything like this before, you guys. I've never seen anything like this. Snitch ex machina. Oh, well, I'm gonna tell everybody. If I can't get anybody down here, I'm gonna snitch on everybody. I'll protect you, I'll protect a couple of more people, but I'm snitching. Come on. Is this the best that you can do, Snowfall? I'm serious here. I'm dead serious. And I don't care, man. I just gotta be honest, dude. I gotta just tell the truth. Is this the best you can do? Snitch ex machina? Everybody's resolving their solutions by resorting to telling? Not to mention, Avi is a snitch. Avi is a snitch. Lucia is a snitch. Oso is a snitch. And Teddy's a damn snitch. He's threatening to snitch. Avi got out of jail on snitching. Lucia agreed to snitch on a couple of people on tonight. Teddy snitched on, he was going to snitch on the CIA. He decided to end up snitching on the Colombians. And Oso's in concert with Lucia snitching. Come on now, come on. Snowfall, it should be Snitchfall. This should be Snitchfall. I wouldn't necessarily call Kev a snitch as much as he just betrayed. But he had his own reasons, and we'll talk about that in a second. Also might have something. If I snitching. And Pedro fucking snitch. This is Snitchfall, bro. Y'all stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This is Snitchfall. Pedro fucking snitched. Pedro snitched. Lucia snitched. Oso snitched. Teddy snitched. This is Snitchfall. This is fucking Snitchfall. Don't come in talking. Don't even say that, Poison. Don't even start it. Don't even start it. This is nothing more than Snitchfall. It's nothing wrong with. I ain't gonna say it's nothing wrong with snitching. It's. I'm okay with snitching. I'm not just saying snitching is just beyond the pale or anything like that. We're dealing with drugs and gangsters. We want to know snitching is going to be part of it. My problem is people are snitching to get out of plot points. People are getting out of. The writers are writing themselves out of their storylines based on snitching. They're resolving storylines based on snitching. Last week, Teddy was in a conundrum. He had the DEA on his ass. His brother has been kidnapped, and he was forced to go to Washington, D.C., only to find out that the protection that he had was lost. Okay, now what does Teddy do as a character? He snitches. Lucia gets arrested, goes downtown, or not downtown, but she's in handcuffs dealing with the DEA as they're trying to pull more information. What she does, she's ready to snitch on the connects. This is how she's going to get out of her jam. She's ready to snitch. Pedro, family gets killed. He's running away from Lucia. He's crying at night. How does he get back at Lucia? He snitches. Okay? WTF. You cannot write your way out of storylines. Great point, Brad. And I missed Javi. Javi goes to jail, gets busted by the DEA. Now he's back on the streets. Why? Because he snitched. Come on, you guys. I hate it had to be me. I hate it had to be me. I hate it had to be. I really do. But I cannot tell a lie. I'm like George Washington with this review shit. I cannot tell a lie. I cannot tell a lie. This Snitchfall is insane. I'm almost at cancel mode. The more I'm thinking about this, the less I'm liking this. Because this is some lazy ass writing. With all of the potential of a 1980s LA drug cartel storyline, crack storyline, we're getting way too many people out of jams with snitching. Way too many people are solving their problems by snitching. And some of these people are supposed to be hardened criminals. Let's just get through this. Because I'm serious, you guys. I'm dead serious on tonight. I am so dead serious on tonight. This is ridiculous. Not only the snitching, let's move on. Let's move on from the snitching. The other problem that I had with this is that so much of this story took place off screen, and we could have used some of the James stuff. We could have used some of him dealing with his wife, him going through his divorce. We could have used that character development for Teddy. Could have used that. So I guess this may be the last time we see her until season 3, maybe season 4. She's a complete irrelevant character. She's nothing more than a plot device for Teddy. At this point, she's nothing more than a plot device. Her whole appearance on tonight was plot, plot, plot. This character, she might as well be a teleprompter. Let's move on. So we get back to Lucia. This is when Oso says, if we tell on these people, that makes us snitches. She's like, so what? Telling on 2 white boys, not family. And Oso's like, yeah, fuck them white boys. This is when Kev lets Leon know that, hey, don't trust Franklin. Franklin's not to be trusted. Like I said, this is my favorite moment of. I got a couple of goosebumps. Watch this. We finally see essentially the culmination of these 2 story arc for season 2, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I really did. Because if you go back and watch these 2 storylines this season, this where it was supposed to end. I think both of them kind of went their own ways. Both of them showed their growth. Blacks were better on tonight. Yeah, the blacks were better on tonight. And they both showed growth. They both realized the error of their ways. Ankh grew up a little bit. Aunt Louie knows that she can't be running off trying to steal motherfuckers' clubs and shit. So I'm glad that these 2 reconciled their differences and they're back in the fold. This is what I give an A+. I give an A+ tonight for reconciliation of A+. I'm not all doom and gloom. I do got some A+. This shit right here I'm giving this an income. This Teddy stuff on tonight gets an income. I can't even accept this. I can't even give it an F because I can't accept it. So we get this scene. I guess this was supposed to be something cool. They're throwing coke up his nose. This can kill a person. Forcing him to snort coke. So they're forcing him to do coke, and I guess this was supposed to be played for laughs as well. Supposed to be a bit comedic. Saying I'm seeing chicken. There's supposed to be some comedy to this, but it's after Teddy had agreed to snitch on these 2. This is just it's poor. Sorry. Like this scene here, like I said, I loved her acting job. I really loved her acting like a crackhead. Her really showing what the crack is doing to people. I really loved that. Now, the scene wasn't very emotional, but I think it was still visually very good, kind of showing strung out crackhead. So we really have our first strung out smoker so far. This is when Franklin realizes that Kev is sold him out, basically. He's betrayed him. Dia calls well, let's get back to it. Right back. Gotta um we back. Let's just shoot done with it. Um Make a long story longer. Kevin essentially decides to, go ahead and kill the guy who killed his people. Decides to do. And Franklin, like Franklin said, he doesn't want to start a war. Now, the back half of this episode is really, really because we finally get the payoff between Franklin and Kev. And a lot of people are maybe on Franklin's side about this, and I understand Franklin's side about it. He doesn't want to start a war. Franklin is all about business. He doesn't want to bring that sort of heat. He puts business first. So he's only going to kill in regards to business. He's only ready to shoot if it's about business. So we established all of that on tonight, and I'm good with that. This actually was really good. This was really good. So I won't criticize this at all. Now, I think overall it was really, really good because Franklin has yet to shoot somebody, and the first person he shoots is his friend. But the reason why he shot him is consistent with Franklin's character. He clearly shot him because he does not want to start a war. He does not want to go to war. He kept saying that. He made that very clear that doing so will be bad for business. While Kevin, on the other hand, is saying, you should have told me. You basically sold me out. You betrayed me when you didn't tell me that they knew who did the killing. I told y'all asses that the night it happened. I told y'all that. I said, wait a second, y'all. Kevin is not completely in the wrong here. Oh no, Black Guru, you don't know what you talking about. Kevin, he need to die. He ain't right. I'm like, nah, Kevin kind of got a point though. I said Kevin's not completely in the wrong because Franklin had an opportunity to resolve that issue and he didn't. I said that, right? Oh no, Black Guru, it ain't about all that. You tripping. Snowfall better than Power. I'm joking around. Sorry, I'm just. But y'all did tell me that though. Y'all told me that, and you know, like I said, Kevin had a point. So I'm okay. I really like what happened on tonight because it really establishes Franklin's character. It really solidifies that he's all about business. Okay, he's about the business of creating the empire by any means necessary. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm on board with that. I'm on board with that. Okay, so that was actually really good. Franklin decides to fire his weapon. I just like this scene right here. I just like this, looks real gangster. I always liked. I really like this one. And Franklin fires his weapon, man. Not afraid. He went and goes ahead and he fires his weapon off. Shoots Kev. Because what Kev was about to do was start a damn war. Now here's the interesting thing. Lucia's sitting in the car and old boy gets a look at Lucia. So all of that shit about getting the dope and getting those people off her back, it's out the window now. Because he's seen her. And he knows she got something to do with it. Yeah, Kev can't shoot. Kev missed everybody. He missed the baby. He missed the gangster. He missed the mama. Damn near missed the trash can. He ain't hit nothing. He ain't hit shit. While we end tonight's episode with Franklin basically trying to reconcile what he's done, trying to come to grips with the decisions that he made on tonight. Somebody said it best. The blacks were the best on tonight. The blacks had the best, and y'all know all up until this point, I've been a big fan of the Mexicans, but the blacks had the best storyline tonight. How would you have handled the Kevin situation? Well, you really could nip the Kevin situation in the bud if you agreed to do a deal with Lucia if you turn over who did it. But see, but Franklin never wanted to go into war. So Franklin never really cared about Kevin's people dying. He said that on tonight. You gonna get mad over two dudes who shouldn't have been out there anyway? And Kev's like, man, my auntie cries herself to sleep every night behind that. So I think both sides of the Kevin Franklin drama had legitimate points to make. Both sides were in the right as far as they were concerned. I can see that issue from both sides. I really can. But other than that, other than Aunt Louie and Ankh, tonight's episode was Snitchfall tonight. This show, I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna finish out season 2, but I don't know. They've got to do better. They've got to do better. They've got to do better. They gotta do better, you guys. I'm sorry. And I know y'all wanna, oh, Black Guru, you don't see it, and you worried about the wrong things, Black Guru. You too hard on the show. I know. I hear it. I hear it in the comment section. I hear it in my comment section on YouTube. I hear it from fans when I talk about the show. But come on, you guys. I'm not blowing smoke. I'm calling a spade a spade. It's Snitchfall. This is Snitchfall. And we're talking do ex machina after do ex machina. No, snitch ex machina after snitch ex machina. You can't write yourself out of these storylines with characters, when pressed, characters snitching to resolve their issues. You can't keep going to that well. You just can't. It's lazy writing. It really is. It's lazy writing. I'm sorry. It's lazy. Teddy's in a jam. What is he going to do? He's getting jammed up. Things are going bad for Teddy. What does he do? Oh, he snitches. Uh-oh, Lucia's jammed up. Oso's caught. Soledad, she's got him pinned down. What she's going to do, how she's going to get out the situation, she snitches. Pedro wants revenge. Pedro isn't happy about what Lucia did. How's he going to get back at her? He agrees to turn fed. Goodness gracious, you guys. Come on, this is lazy-ass writing. This is lazy-ass writing. It's some of the laziest shit. Yeah, Teddy was going to tell on the CIA just to get a meeting with the CIA and then agree to snitch on the people he's selling dope to. Come on, you guys. Like I said, I last couple of weeks I've really been enjoying this show. I finally started connecting with the show. But they've got to do a better job than this. I'm sorry. They got to do better than this. They've got to do better. For those who do not know, I am the Black Guru. What I offer is sage. I'm about to say snitch wisdom. Well, I'm on it tonight. I was about to say what I offer is snitch wisdom. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, you guys. I'm sorry. What I offer is sage wisdom. Follow the Black Guru on Instagram, the Black Guru on Instagram. Follow on YouTube, the Black Guru on YouTube. Visit shopguruhats.com, shopguruhats.com for the latest Black Guru hats. Snowfall's got 2 episodes left. I'm interested to see where things go. But if we're resolving our problems with snitching, and let me tell y'all something. I said this too. Remember Kevin's people about their balls being cut off? They were supposed to have been castrated. Remember that was an issue? Kevin said they were castrated, but Lucia said they were not castrated. Remember that? And remember I said that plot point needs to come back up, or I'm calling bullshit? Because that was a disputed claim, whether they were castrated or whether they were not castrated. That was a disputed claim. One person said it was true. One person said it was false. Hopefully, in the next couple of episodes, we get an answer to that question. Because if that's not a big deal. Don't get me wrong. That's not a big crux. But if that's not resolved, is going to bear witness that the writing of this show is fucking lazy. I'm telling you, if that is never resolved, if that is never answered, whether Kevin's people were castrated or not, that means why the hell did you write that shit into the fucking script? Why was that even written into the script? I think they just said in slang to be cut. What you mean? Not literally. No, they were saying Kevin literally said they cut their dicks off. And Franklin asked Lucia, did they cut their dicks off? She was like, nah, that ain't happen. Okay, you got one character saying it did happen. You got one character said it didn't happen, and it happened off screen. So you have a conflicting account of what happened. A, why write a conflicting account if you don't resolve the issue? Why have a conflicting account of an incident, a pivotal plot point as well, the murder of of Kevin's family, and you not bring the resolution to that? Not that it's a big deal, not that this is a major plot hole of some sort, but it will bear witness, it will be proof positive that this show's writing is fucking lazy. I would compare that to when Empire brought Lucius Lyon a daughter. In one of the episodes, Lucius Lyon on Empire had a daughter, a daughter outside of Cookie. He had a daughter by Raven Simone's character. Raven gets on the elevator, takes her daughter, walks out of the Empire building, and we never hear about that daughter again. And I said Empire has some of the laziest writing on broadcast television. If they're going to introduce a whole nother family member, a whole daughter, if for one episode the daughter walks out, you never hear about it again. It's never brought up again. You never hear a peep about that daughter. That's lazy writing. Very, very lazy. And if Snowfall doesn't resolve the who cut the nuts off, if the nuts were cut off or not plot point or discussion, rather, that's going to be proof positive that this show has lazy writing. And I've been saying that this whole time. I'm not completely down on the show, but you guys y'all gotta agree on this one. The snitch ex machinas are out of control. The snitch ex machinas are lazy. Teddy's storyline, most of the things that are significant to Teddy are happening off screen. BG, I told you 100 times that they addressed her episode. I must have not watched that episode. So if I never seen that. She wasn't brought back up that same season. I know that. That daughter from Empire was not brought back up that same season. So if they addressed her later down the road in passing, okay, I stopped watching the show. So and not only point me in the direction of the episode in which they mentioned that daughter, because I want to go take a look at it. So that way I'm at least aware of what you're talking about. But that daughter walked out on that elevator on Empire and we never seen her ass again. And if they mentioned her 3 seasons down the road, it was probably because people like me mentioned that and brought that up. And they said, oh shit, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we gotta write that back in. But whatever. But the Snitchfall stuff is out of control. Snitchfall needs to get it together because this is ridiculous. They gay, not daughter with. Snitchfall's got to get it together. For those who do not know, I am the Black Guru. What I offer is sage wisdom. Follow the Black Guru if you don't already.